he talking about? What's going on, people? Uncle Hotep back at it. Trying to watch the Sixers putting the finishing touches on these Brooklyn Nets here. 103-73. What's up, Jesus? Perez. Raptors versus Sixers. You right, it's on like Donkey Kong, man. And you know, I'd rather have them go through the Raptors than, Boston or Milwaukee. Actually, I'd rather have, either Toronto or the Bucks. I think the Eastern Conference Finals might be Sixers versus Celtics. It might. You never know. So I wanted to do, yeah, man. The East Coast semifinals are going to be some good basketball. You know, thank God, LeBron's out of the conference, but no, it's going to be great. They're two good series, and they're all four good teams. Like there's no easy path in the Eastern Conference. And I'm glad it's like this. We'll see what the Sixers can do. They proved something to me after that game one loss. I was like the rest of the Sixer Twitter. I was calling for Brett Brown's head. Fire Brett Brown. But no, he showed me something. The team showed me something. Embiid looks all right after he just needed a game off. He need to stop eating that Chick-fil-A shit. Montello 90, what's going on? Bernie thinks the Boston Bombers should have a right to vote. What do you say, Uncle Hotep? You know what? It's some interesting points here. Because I would think in a society like, a vote is like, you should have, it's like a privilege. I think we have the right to vote, but it should be like more of a privilege. Now this goes to some of y'all saying, I think Wang Yang, Yang, and I think China is doing social credit scores, like social standing scores or something like that. In reality, if you don't get felonies or anything like that, you have enough social credit points to vote, right? You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't see. I never saw the big deal with that. With them being. I think everybody should know you commit felonies, you might lose your writing votes, your voting rights. That should be more of an incentive to not commit felonies. If you think voting is important, some people don't. So I understand it. I never had a problem with with felonies, like with certain felonies. I think you're losing your right to vote. I think when people it was like a moral. I can't even, like, people used to get down on themselves. Like, they come home from jail, like, I can't even vote. You know what I mean? All that bullshit. Nobody, like, first of all, you niggas is not voting in the first place. So I'm like, what I don't understand is, and this is, I'll go to my other point about this. Why do y'all think that all these felons is going to be voting? Like, I don't know where this came from. Like, we don't have. I don't know how many people are in the jail in America. How many people are in jail? Um, U.S. jail population. What was that? Under 2.5? 2.2 in 2016. Additionally, there's 4 million on probation and parole. So out of that 2 million, what's going on, Dylan? Thanks everybody coming in. Uncle Hotep Factor. I had to go live. Bibby say he's going to name a settlement, a town in the Golan after Trump. I thought that was newsworthy. But Sixers is about to finish off the Nets. I figured, hey, let me go live and just knock all this out. But anyway, let me go to the point about felons voting. Now, Uncle Hotep, if you don't know it or not, in my former life, I was a correction officer down in Gander Hill Prison, Wilmington, Delaware. Check my records. Yo, the last thing on them niggas' minds is going in the voting booth talking about Hillary or Donald Trump. Now, I would say you would, if, like, say you would bring in the voting booths into the prisons and shit like that, you would get, it would probably be, I don't know, maybe you get 50, 60% vote, 70%, I don't know. It's not everybody. I would think you would. That's because they're there. Now, when they're getting home, when they're coming home, them motherfuckers aren't voting, man. Y'all gotta be kidding me, man. You mean to tell me I just got done a 10-year bid? 10-year bid. I'm getting out. You talking about? I gotta find out where I gotta vote at. Where's the voting booth? Where's the voting poll at? Where I vote at? How I register? Like, nobody. After you do 10 years in that white man prison, you was not worried about goddamn voting booth, man. Can y'all stop it, man? I'm not saying whether they should or they shouldn't. They're not going. Well, the reality is, what I'm trying to say, it's a non-factor. The Boston bomber is not. Even if he had the right to vote, he wouldn't be fucking voting. He don't give a shit. You think? What I don't understand, y'all don't know criminals. That's what I really want to get down to. Y'all don't know criminals. You just don't. Y'all never hung with criminals. You never talked to criminals. Like, if you hung around or knew criminals or been where criminals at, you know damn well they ain't worried about no goddamn voting. This is just one of them. We're talking about this, right? This is what not just me on this stream. This is what the mainstream talking point for the whole day, right? Day and a half. That wall still ain't built. Them illegals are still coming over the border. You see what I'm saying? Man, it's a non-factor, man. It's a distraction. It's a non-issue. I don't know. To me, it doesn't matter because there wouldn't be, like, I think the people, the mentality in jail, like, people think jail is sweet, man. Like jail ain't sweet, man. Like it's not, man. It's one of the most fucked up places you ever want to be. You never want to be in jail. It's like it's not fucking. I know it's not like China and shit like that, but you're still removed from your freedom. It was bad for me. I only had to do 8 or 16 hours. You know what I mean? I got to go home at night. But then during them 8, 16 hours, I'm locked in with these jokers. These savages. And y'all think these motherfuckers are going to go vote and shit. Yeah, we gotta get Tulsi Gabbard in the primary. While he's fucking making his boona and fucking eating a couple noodles and shit. But long shot, they've almost Hollywooded jail. Orange, Orange is the New Black. I'm talking about like in, I think Sweden, some of those countries over in Europe have those like super fancy jails. You know what I mean? Like you got TVs, everything. You got nice beds and shit. No. Hey man, I'm only talking about. I'm not talking about no county stuff, man. I'm not talking about no county stuff, man. I don't know nothing about the county stuff, man. No pussy in jail. You know what? And I'll tell you the story. This one guy was like, because sometimes when you're a CO, you get to talk to the inmates, and you get to, some of them aren't fucking, a lot aren't just jerks. You know what I mean? They're not like, well, I'm trying to say, I guess some of them are right. But on the other hand, so sometimes your guard will get let down, man. And you be joking with them jokers, man. And then the motherfuckers were like, and you snap back to reality because they do something so fucking crazy. And I heard this one guy said, "Man, hey, what do you think what do you think we're in jail for?" But anyway, if these 2.2 million don't get their voting rights or get the voting rights in Uncle Hotep's world, it doesn't mean a thing because these 2 million aren't all. You're not going to get 99% of these 2 million all voting. I doubt you get 40%. The worst crime, murder, man. Dylan, when I was in there, right? I don't know, what was his name? Fahey. What was it? Wait. Fahey. Delaware. Anne-Marie Fahey. Yeah, this guy. Thomas Capano. I was a CO back then when he was in there. This was the guy who, I guess it was his scheduling secretary. Oh, she was the scheduling secretary for the governor. And she was sleeping with this lawyer. He put her in a goddamn, he took her on a boat, put her in a cooler, threw her over the fucking in the ocean. They never found a body. They found him guilty. He died he died in jail. That's another thing. Like your health is fucked up, man. And you don't even know what they're putting in the things. But yeah, the murder was the big thing. I mean, you really don't really get to know, like you really have to look to find out what a guy's in for, unless you work in booking and receiving when you process them in. Um, there was a guy. There was a C. I'll tell. I don't know how. I guess this become the CO story stream. There was a CO, right, that worked, and he was one of them asshole COs that fucking was getting on all the inmates, just being a dick, right? Anyway, I had switched shifts, so didn't see the guy often, right? Then I was working midnight, and I'm sorry, I'm watching the Sixers stream, and fucking the Nets and the fucking Sixers is fucking about to be squabbling. What the hell? Anyway, the seal, one day they bring the guy in from, I'm working booking and receiving. They bring the CO in, he get locked up. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? They charged him. His girl, he had married, it was a white guy. It was, I think she was, I want to say she was Hispanic, Mexican, I think. But anyway, I guess she had a daughter. They had a daughter. She accused the CO of sleeping with the daughter. They locked him up. So they brought him in the jail he worked in. And he was one of the COs that was hard on the inmates. So you can imagine when the inmates see they walking the former CO into the jail. Oh man, it was hell broke loose, right? I don't know what I was like. What the fuck, man? His face was all, and they had to separate him. They separated, put him in his own thing. But the whole booking and receiving was wild. Oh my god, damn. Anyway, I think he got bailed out, and I didn't ever heard about it from anymore, right? So this was about like a year later. I asked one of the other white COs that I knew was cool with the CO. I was like, what happened to that guy? He was like, and he looked at me. He's like, it was like, you ask somebody a question, you like, and you see the look on their face, like it's sick through their stomach and shit. And I was like, oh man, I was like, what happened? End up the guy, after he got bailed out, he blew his brains out. Suicide. He swear he never touched the little girl. But he blew his brains out. I don't know what happened. I don't know what make you. I would think if you was not guilty of molesting the child, he wouldn't blew his brains out. But he was one of them guys, a jobber. You used to call people, we call him jobber. He was always about the job. So his life was pretty much ruined, you know what I mean? So I don't know if he did it or not. The guy who told me, he swore he didn't do it. He swore the lady was just evil. And I don't know how he got hooked up with that girl. I want to say it was almost, I don't know, mail order or something. I don't know. I don't know how he got, I don't know. But it was just wild, man. It was wild. That was the worst thing, probably crime that I've seen somebody do or get accused of. Yeah, he said he got let out and he killed himself. Yeah. But anyway, can I play the Bibby 15 watching? Please, everybody, please share. I greatly appreciate it. Taxation is theft. Sorry, went on a little Uncle Hotep's CO rant. Anybody that ever that was ever in Gander Hill or worked in Gander Hill, shout outs to y'all. Shout outs to Delaware, to the correction officers in Delaware. Anyway, I gotta play this, man. Can I play this? Where is it? Damn, what the fuck am I doing? Here we go.
Heights, and all Israelis were deeply moved when President Trump made his historic decision to recognize Israel's sovereignty over the Golan Heights. Therefore, after the Passover holiday, I intend to bring to the government a resolution calling for a new community on the Golan Heights named after President Donald J. Trump.
A new community. Let's play it again.
All Israelis were deeply moved when President Trump made his historic decision to recognize Israel's sovereignty over the Golan Heights. Therefore, after the Passover holiday, I intend to bring to the government a resolution calling for a new community on the Golan Heights named after President Donald J. Trump.
A Trump Tower in the Golan Heights, I wouldn't live there. He's not getting a building. He's getting an entire community. I can't read some of the stuff in this in this thread here. But you know how it is. It's called Trump Heights would be good. The Trolling Heights, Golan Trolling Heights, Trump. I don't know. Trumpburg, Trumpville, Donville. Oh my gosh. Zion Don. I like Donville. My views are disappointing lately. Mateo, what are you talking about? I'm sorry my views are disappointing. I think you always can't agree with somebody's takes, you know. And takes are just takes, you know. You can't think too deeply into it. Mateo, I'm trying to figure out what is the name of the new settlement, the Trump settlement. Lift your yarmulke. Mateo, that doesn't matter, man. Trump is getting a settlement. Trump will exist forever. But see, this is what y'all understand, man. You know, to them cats, man, this is what it's about. This is what it is about to Trump. You know, getting your name on something. That's going to be in, I don't know, that'll be there well after he's gone. So when the project is finished, Mateo, when the project is finished and it's complete, in the center of it all, near the center of it all, will be Trump Donville. We're going to go with Donville. Oh, yeah, I heard Dirte wants to go to war with Canada. We should push that war. Can 4chan meme that to existence? Oh, yeah, Jack Dorsey met with Trump today. Like, who picks this picture, man? Like, who the fuck? Like, and this is his own app, man. And like, you know, it's springtime. Let me sit someplace dark with my beanie on. Like, what the fuck is with Jack Dorsey? Yeah, 4chan must will the Filipino-Canadian War. What is the matter of fact? We need a name for that. What is the name of the Filipino-Canadian War? I don't want to talk to Jack, man. This is another thing. I'll just go to my profile and tweet. What the fuck? Follow me on Twitter, by the way. Handyman. What is the name of the coming Filipino versus Canadian War? Have you become a Trump tard? Man, what are you talking about, Mateo? The Maple Genocide. Yo, man. Oh my gosh, man. You guys are killing me. The Maple Genocide? Is that Who would win Philippines versus Canada? Who do y'all got? Who? Mateo? Mateo, me talking about Trump is getting a settlement in the Golden Heights is just me talking about him getting a settlement named after him in the Golden Heights. For obviously for him, it probably means the world to him. So it's a success in his eyes, probably. In my eyes, I'm like, come on, man. Like in reality, the Golan doesn't belong to Tel Aviv. You know what I mean? It's occupied. They took it. But if you hold the land, it's yours. It's until somebody takes it. I mean, we could argue that the international community should step in and do something about that, but we all know it's not going to happen. I'm trying to be a realist, Mateo. What sometimes I don't like. I've been there. I've been where y'all at. And that's not going to get them out of there. It just isn't. It's just not. It's just not. You've got to do. There's a lot of people have to be woken up for anything to be done, and that's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen in your generation. It's not going to happen in your lifetime. I'm sorry. I mean, you have to come to this realization. I mean, if a country can damn near sink a goddamn ship, they cover it up, don't get blamed for it. You got to pay them to ship the shit. And y'all think it's... Come on, man. I do know that, Mateo. This y'all don't... Listen, how many years has Hollywood been in effect, Mateo? If you can control what people see and hear, you can control their minds. It's that simple. You know how much brainwashing has gone on in Hollywood, and this is going unchecked for decades. You can't. There's people you will never convince. Never. And that's a lot of people. I'm not Dylan. I'm not saying too much, man. I'm chilling. I just gotta tell Mateo, man, because you're coming in with the same bullshit all the goddamn time. All the time, every day, man. It just ain't gonna work. And the Sixers win. Sixers win. Four one. Play the Raptors. What do y'all think? Damn, where am I at? All right, yo, I gotta get out of here. Check you later. Sorry, I gotta roll, man.